So overall, James, why should people lease?
Well, number one, people on a budget can drive more car for less money. Why pay for an entire car if we're probably not going to keep an entire car? We only pay for 2, 3, maybe 4 years of use. Why pay sales tax on an entire car if we may not drive the entire car? We may not drive that car for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. But if we did and we're leasing, we can lease and have a lower payment while we're driving. And at the end, if we decide we want to keep this car, we can buy it at a wholesale price. We'll buy it cheaper than we could if we bought it pre-owned off the used car lot. We're not going to pay all the taxes up front. A $40,000 automobile, what is that? $3,200 that goes to the state. Now it's either going to jack up our payments, or we're going to have to write a check and send it to the state in the form of sales tax. So we drive more car for less money because we're not financing the entire vehicle. We're not sending money to the state. They only tax each individual payment. We push all of the risk onto the bank. Lexus Financial Services is going to carry the risk. They include gap insurance. So if the car is totaled out, it's okay. You don't get a bill in the mail. If you want to trade your car every 2, 3, maybe 4 years, it's a lot easier to trade out that vehicle if we're not carrying the finance load of the taxes. We drive more car for less money. We're not paying for the taxes. We're not financing the taxes. We're in a pretty good shape when it's time to get out of the vehicle at the end of the lease term. If by chance, for some reason, that car is cold on the used car market, now we can drop it off and let the bank deal with it. That's why you hear so many people talking about when they drive cars other than Lexus that they're buried. How many people have come here with cars and they're buried because the car wasn't worth what the payoff was 4 or 5 years down the road? We don't have that problem so much with the Lexus. Now things might happen. Maybe there's a glut. Maybe for some reason the car isn't quite up to what they anticipated when they promised in the residual value, the buyout, the guaranteed future value. Maybe for some reason that car is not as strong. Well, that's the bank's problem. Drop it off, walk away, let's start all over. We can't lose. Drive more car, less money, put the risk on the bank. We don't have to jack up our insurance coverages like we do with other companies. We're not sending all that money to the state on day one just to drive off the lot. And we're not putting all of our money into a guaranteed depreciating asset. That car goes down in value. They have a future guaranteed value. Why would we put all of our cash into something that's guaranteed to go down in value? We lease depreciating assets. We buy appreciating assets. You'd be amazed if you knew what to do with the half of the price of the car and invest it. You could almost pay for the first half that you drove if you knew what you were doing with your money. It's just the only way to go. My mom did it every 2 years. She switched cars because she wanted a fresh car, the freshest technology, the freshest warranty, and she never wanted to break down. And she could do that by switching her lease every 2 years. It's the only way to go. Can I get back to work?
Yes.